Hello everyone, this is Bethlehem Atfield. Welcome to the podcast Journey to Ethiopia with a Story. Sebhat Gebre-Egziabher was a highly acclaimed Ethiopian novelist. He was mainly known for his books written based on his real-life experiences. Sebhat documented the events that happened in his 20s while he frequented drinking in an area called Bereha in Addis Ababa. This area was known in those days for its lively bars and clubs, which were in reality brothels as well. His aim was to turn the notes into a realistic fiction one day. When he finally had the opportunity to write Leltum Aynegalign, both in Amharic and French, he only changed the names and the features of the characters. So, he did not censor the story for the sake of Ethiopian sensibilities and culture. The book is full of his and his friends' explicit sexual adventures. He was blasé about his word choices. They were the exact register the characters used when the story took place. Today, I'll be reading to you an excerpt I translated from Leltum Aynegalign. In the prelude, Sebhat addresses his readers as follows. My dear readers, based on my own life story, my 3,000 years old national history and Christianity, my Bereha experiences and observations, I used my narration skills the best I can and wrote this book. I dedicate this book to fellow Ethiopians, to those who are streetwise and those who are not. The Arada will delight over it like I did, and those who are wet behind their ears will get more miserable. And this makes me more content, just like the cat who got the cream. Although it is a fasting day, and I, as a son of a priest and the grandson of a lay priest, should know better than consume dairy on such a day. The point is, by right, I dedicate this book to you all. Dawn seems elusive. Chapter 4. The Miracle of Comfort. The term Arada refers to someone who is resourceful and can be counted on to help his friends out. In this story, Comfort epitomizes the Arada of the 1960s. One day, while Brahanu and I were chatting, standing by the bar at Mamit Shuru's place, the curtain by the door parted abruptly, and Elahun entered. He stared at everyone in the room and headed our way. Without even greeting us, he snapped, "Have you seen Comfort?" "We haven't," we replied. Darting his bloodshot eyes here and there, he asked, "What would you do if you find a bug in your bed?" "Is this a riddle?" I asked. He bit the teeth-cleaning twig that he usually keeps in his mouth harder and repeated the question. "What would you do?" I know the answer he's expecting, but I usually enjoy annoying him. Tonight, though, I'm kind of nervous because I know what's made him furious. "To whom?" I asked. "To whom? The bug, of course. What would you do to it?" Well, I would harass it, saying, "You're an insect. What on earth are you doing in a human's bed?" Then I would call the police and get it arrested. He glared at me, saying, "I didn't ask you," and turned to Brahanu. Brahanu said, "Squash it," while enacting how he would do it. Elahun was happy with this answer, but he was still angry. "Squash? That's what I would do when I find that flighty bug," he said. "Who are you talking about?" asked Brahanu. "Comfort. I'll break his deceitful wing. I'll not spare him. I'll break his pecker." "What did he do to you?" "Wherever he is, I'll find him and he'll tell you himself." "Slimy bug," he retorted as he pulled the waistband of his trousers higher. "Why go searching for him when he will obviously come here?" "You're right. Not a single night goes by without him bowing to Mamite's vagina." Our plan worked. We were hoping to avoid Lahun finding Kempfer on his own and beating the daylight out of him. At least here we can intervene and he would get away with a lighter knock. Imagine, out of pity, I befriended him, knowing full well that he was a liar, a cheater, a drunkard, feeble, sexaholic, ne'er-do-too-well. The number of times that I stepped in when someone beat him because of his cheating with women beyond his league. And this is my reward. What did he do? He will tell you himself when he gets here. Does he think I'm like Bull's Eye's husband? I couldn't control my laughter. Burhanu laughed as well. Lahun glared. What can I do? I was reminded of the hilarity of the story when you mentioned Bull's Eye. He then also involuntarily smiled. It was about 4 months ago. Just like now, the three of us were drinking at Asnag's, Lahun's woman place, when Kempfer joined us and told us this hilarious story. A married woman took Kempfer to her place. Once they were in the bedroom, the woman washed her vagina, patted it with perfume, and said, "Bring that towel and dry it for me." While he was doing that, she undid his trousers and pulled the commander out. The commander is what Kempfer calls his cock. Lying down on the bed, she held the erect cock like a club and exclaimed, "What a club! By our Mother Mary, how will I bear having this in me?" She then opened her legs and said, "Hurry!" "It's not a club. It's the commander," said Kempfer as he was about to take her. "Wait," she said. "What is it?" "Stand over me here." "Why?" "I want to admire your club, as if it's St. Michael's sword." He did as he was asked. "What a cock!" she exclaimed. "The one belonging to the man of this house is as tiny as a bean. If I cough while we're doing it, it slips out. What a sad fate. Take me now. Hurry. Oh, wait, let me quickly douse it with perfume to get it tipsy," she said. Kempfer impatiently said, "It is already tipsy. Come on." "Okay, take me now." After the commander went in and out a couple of times, Kempfer put her legs over his shoulders and did her bidding like a coolie. "That's it, Kempfer. Do it to me. Hit it on the spot, on the bull's eye, on the bull's eye. Take that crow's eye out. It's had enough of the bean. Feed it the banana instead. Beat it with your fig club." When she finally came, she cried, muttering, "On the bull's eye, on the bull's eye." The day Kempfer told us this story, we laughed until our bellies hurt. Even in the following few days after that, one of us would say, "Hit it on the bull's eye," and we would burst out laughing. I know White Elang wants to squash Kempfer like a bug. I was with Kempfer last night. Around 10:30 p.m., when I got to Mamit Ashur's bar last night, Tirsit told me that Kempfer had left a message saying he was waiting for me at Asnag's place. Asnag's place doesn't really belong to her. She just works there, but she was the most beautiful of all the women who work there, and she was the Lahun's woman. That's why we regularly went there. When I get there, Kempfer was dancing the cha-cha with Asnag. He looked dapper as usual, in a white trousers and vest. His blue shirt was matched with the blue stylish scarf he draped over his long neck. The scarf was a gift from a young English woman. There were only a few men who surpassed Kempfer's dressing style in Wibe Baraha, but what made Kempfer really stand out was the way he carried his style. Women in the neighborhood fall for him not only because of his looks, his charm, and dance skills, but also his impeccable style. There were over 20 people in the bar. About 3/4 of them were men. They were all intently watching Kempfer and Asnagage dance. It was evident they were admiring his style and dance skills. The cha-cha only arrived recently in Addis Ababa. Apart from Kempfer, there were only 2 other men who have mastered the dance in the entire Webe Baraha. Although Asnagage didn't know how to dance the cha-cha, the way Kempfer was leading her made her look good. Her face showed that she was enjoying herself and she was proud. When the music ended, another cha-cha number came along, so they continued dancing. Then another. When they finished their first dance, Kempfer leaned over and whispered something in her ears. She laughed out loud and guided him back to their seat. Kempfer must have been pouring his charm on her for a while now. I don't like this. I don't like it at all. Thank you for listening. Please read the discussion points under the description of this story. We would like to hear your views and any comments you may have. If you'd like to listen to more stories as soon as they come out, please subscribe to this podcast. I would also appreciate it if you click on the like button and also share with family and friends so we get more listeners. Until the next story, goodbye.